Excellent. Good morning. How are you?
Excellent. I just wanted to say welcome.
Thank you for having me.
What's up? What's happening up in New Jersey?
Everything is happening, man. Every day that we wake up is a new exciting day in this particular business. At this point of the cycle, so much is going on, and I'm so excited to be having this conversation with you just because I think there's a lot of opportunity. And I know sometimes it may not appear that way, but I really do believe that there's just more opportunity that we can handle, and things are going great, thank God.
Well, let me tell you that I know it's taken us a couple shots to get this interview going, but I got a group of people that are dying to hear from you.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
All
Hopefully, I
act,
can add value.
all active real estate investors. All of them need a guy that knows how to fund any kind of deal.
Okay, perfect.
So, that being said, what I want to do is just ask you a couple of questions about who you are, what you do, how you
Sure.
can be a benefit to the wholesalers that I work with, and the investor, buyer, uh, fix and flippers, or with our landlords.
Perfect.
And then at the end, what I'd like to do is actually go through the live deal that I'm doing up in Macon that you're going to help me fund with a DSCR loan.
Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of people that want to actually see how you go through step by step how to fund a property that only qualifies on the income of the property, not on the personal credit worthiness of the lender.
Okay, perfect. It's one of my favorite things to do because in today's market, you're going to have to get creative. If you're not creative, you're not going to succeed, unfortunately. That's how the real estate business generally is. And then my big thing is I want to teach people how to underwrite, because if I teach them how to kind of pre-screen their deals and give them my thought process, by the time they come to me, the deal should work as long as they followed some basic guidelines, so should be all right.
Exactly. And that's what we need nowadays, because as we all know, America has golden handcuffs. If you got a 3.5%, 4% mortgage and you got to get a new one at 7%, 8%, that's a whole different world.
Absolutely. It could still pencil because you make money in the real estate business on the buy. So if you buy it low enough, it might work. But in that example, I think it's good to kind of use some of the guidelines that we're going to go over, and generally use the spreadsheets that I put together, because it'll protect you from yourself in some cases. A lot of times people get emotionally invested in the real estate, and that's fine, but the real estate doesn't love you back. Stick
No.
to the number. You're here to make money. Those are the kind of things I try and help people with.
Now, you and I are in total agreement on this, is that, and I advise my partners. I don't want to say students. I want to say partners. And by that, what I mean is I've been doing this since 2002. So I just like to give back and give people all the knowledge that I have in my head. But I think the thing that you and I agree on is if you don't actually own real estate, you're not qualified to give people advice on owning real estate.
Agreed.
So if you could just tell the people that the world, that is the investing world that's going to watch this video, how much real estate do you own personally?
Right now, we're just getting started, and it's not a big number in my opinion, but it's right around 300 million. And it's just different asset classes, because in this particular market, for lack of more inclusionary language, I think it's Christmas time. If you're paying attention, there are lots of opportunities because people were over levered. They didn't follow some of the strategies that you and I have discussed. And when you're over levered, it seems good because you can get in for less money. But then if there's any downtick in the market, you're going to be upside down on your debt service in every single scenario. So a lot of the real estate that we were able to buy was through a distressed situation where half of my tenants decided not to pay rent, or something happened that I couldn't cover, because if you're levered way high, 75, 80%, then if there's any downtick in the market, you're going to be upside down immediately. And the thought process generally goes to, I got to liquidate this asset because there's no way I can maintain it. And that's our opportunity as investors, guys. So too many people are over levered. You want to try and negotiate the best possible price. And then owning the real estate, you're going to have to get creative, exactly what Mike said, because it's just, you're not going to be able to do it any other way. And the financial strategies that I put together, yes, I want to lever you high, but on the exit towards the refinance, I want you to be levered lower in the 60s, maybe 70 at the max, just because you want that 5 points of downside protection if you can afford it. The models that I put together are generally going to show you how you can, if it's a good fix and flip, and if it's a good refi, it'll show you that you're getting back at least 80% of the money on the way in. Therefore, I think it's a good deal. But at the same time, you want to be able to maintain that leverage, because if you're levered too high, you're going to be exactly the thing that I'm just talking about now. So it's been our opportunity, and I think it's everyone's opportunity. That's why I wanted to do this, because that's the market that we're in. So many people made those kind of, I don't know, innocent mistakes or intentional mistakes, whatever you want to call it. But that's our opportunity to come in and grow our own portfolios. Everyone that I know, when I talked to Michael, I said, everyone that did this strategy from 2008, they're all still retired.
So that being said, you answered the question.